So we are talking about momentum base and whatever other base, mysterious base. And we know that the reality of fighting is momentum based. And for Wing Chun, as also in this article, under the sections of opium and martial art grandmaster, we need to know that after the 1850s, the loss of the uprising, Wing Chun today, which is the three sets, is actually created by the Qing related opera actor like 大花敏港, Feng Xiucheng. Those are Qing. Now, for the Chinese martial arts, which is based on Chinese tradition, that always is core in momentum base. So, in the 1850s Wing Chun, it is core on momentum base. This is Qi Guang. And if you look at the writing of the 1850s Wing Chun, it is, you can track it to Qi Guang. So it is like Qi Guang, you can track up to Sun Tzu. Shaolin Sword Strike, you can track to Qi Guang. Wing Chun 1850, you can track to Shaolin Sword Strike, you can track to Qi Guang. Because there's the rule of the Chinese culture. You always using the previous writing to define what the later writing or later descriptions. There's no such thing as everybody can have his 5 cents. So we know the proper transmissions, the real transmission, the authentic transmissions of Chinese Kung Fu since Qi Guang down to 1850, including Hong Sing Chai Fat, it is a momentum-based art. Okay? If it's not momentum-based art, it's like the internal art just now I share with you. It is absence of momentum base. It can be qi, it can be whatever heck. So you know that there is not authentic transmissions of the Chinese fighting art anymore. Now, so for the 1850s Wing Chun, it is a momentum base. Like in my book, the Restricting Wing Chun, this is the first part of the writing of 1850s Wing Chun. Okay? And that is dealing with momentum. So fighting art is a momentum game. Strength, power, and movement are the basic elements need to play the momentum game. Slow movement is as calm, smooth wave, and intense and fast movement is as a huge violent wave. In the following part of 1850s, Xu Lin Tao Classic is describing momentum with different types of movement. Okay, so this is at the beginning, right away, after the hand issue from heart, everybody know Wing Chun have hand issue from heart. It must, okay, and then here right away you say that soft movement is as calm, smooth wave. This is about momentum. Now, in order for momentum to flow, you need to proficient with momentum recycling. Okay, so this is momentum recycling, meaning if you go one way, it doesn't work, or it get hindrance, or get blocked, you go back way. So there's an analogy in Wing Chun, we call it sickling. You cut one way, if it doesn't cut, you cut another way. Okay, so that is the recycling momentum. That is what contribute to the flow. Proficient with momentum recycling is the key for able to flow from one move to another move continuously. So this is my book, Restricting Wing Chun, is already there. Okay, so it's momentum based, and you will have the recycling momentum component, and that cause you be able to flow. Now, so this is in the Restricting Wing Chun. It just all those details in recycling momentum is explained here. Again here. So momentum recycling, handling, and everything. So all the details showing there. Okay, so that's the core. And then, okay, so this is in Shaolin. This is the recycling momentum. And it's not that difficult in the real life. This is recycling momentum practice. Okay, so this is all recycling momentum practice. Recycling the body. Okay, so see again. Why you cannot? Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Let me share with you this one. My computer seems to be acting weird. Okay, see? It's just keeping recycling back and forth. Those are the basic recycling momentum training as shown in the Shaolin Classic, as shown in the Restricting Wing Chun book of mine. Okay, all is there. Now, under the recycling momentum, you need to be able to handle your body. So again, this is also in my book, the Restricting Wing Chun. So he said that from head to feet, every joint is changing and spinning when carry out attack and defend. Okay, so you have the momentum. You need the recycling momentum to be able to recycle your momentum, like as you say that the Wing Chun saying of sickling. Like you cut one side, it cannot, you go back. And under that, you need to be supported by this from head to feet. Every joint is spinning. Now, in today's term, that is called kinetic chain. So it is one chain linked to another chain. This is what the Chinese say, or the Shaolin say. From head to feet, every joint is changing and spinning when carry out attack and defend. It is, in today's language, kinetic change. So all this kinetic chain stuff is trained this way. exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Stop. Inhale, exhale. Notice that the strength is flowing from my body up from. Okay, here. You see the entire body is like a chain. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Notice that the strength is flowing from my body up from my shoulder blade up to my fingertip. Okay. Inhale, exhale. So inhale. So what happened is, just to recap everything, it's a momentum art. It's a momentum-based art where you have to dynamically changing from one momentum to the other momentum. And Wing Chun 1850 is based on that too. Like the Hong Seng Choi Lei Fat is based on that too. Momentum-based art. And within the momentum-based art, if you want to change from one momentum to another momentum, you need to have the recycling momentum. The recycling momentum. Only you have the recycling momentum training, you'll be able to flow. There is no stop between two strikes. The body and always is in continue. Okay? Now, in order to execute all this thing, you need, so again, this is the recycling momentum example, the simple one. This is the basic training of recycling momentum. Backfall, changing direction, and all this thing. Now, if you want to do this recycling momentum, you need to have your body as a kinetic chain. And that kinetic chain is also and is trained within the Xiu Lian Tao 1850. Just look at the body, the entire body turn, joint by joint. It turned like a chain. Inhale, exhale. That's how you transfer kinetic chain, transfer the momentum, transfer the force. Got it? So, for the Wing Chun is an evolution of Shaolin Sword Strike. Shaolin Sword Strike is an evolution of General Qi Ji Guang's military training. And Qi Ji Guang military training is actually an evolution of Sun Tzu, the art of war. This is how straight the entire straight line is. Okay? And as a momentum art, Wing Chun 1850, you have to have the recycling momentum so you can flow. In order to be able to handle your recycling momentum and the flow, you need to have a kinetic chain of your body training. So you can see the entire technology here. Okay? Now, anybody who don't have this, you know that they are either they create their own or whatever heck. It is not the authentic Chinese Kung Fu. Okay? It is a recent make. For example, this is the snake crane riding. Snake crane Wing Chun Xiu Lian Tao riding. This riding exists in 1890. This is a pro-Qing. The Qing-related creations is no longer the 1850. If you look at the writing, disregard of anybody want to translate it what way in Qi, in Jing, or whatever, it doesn't show you anything about momentum recycling and kinetic chain. There's none here. So here it said that white crane play with water, the snake return to its cave, and then the flying snake 9 ton to show that it is penetrating the arms or the palm. All those things, it describes everything, but it is not momentum based. You got it? This is serious. You want to fight Xi Xiaodong, you better have momentum base. And even if you have momentum base, you are not necessary that you still win. It's only say that you are par with him in the basic. A Western boxing is a momentum base. So this Qing dynasty, Qing creations, it is not a momentum base. And another thing is, here it said that snake crane can subdue the traitor. This traitor is saying that the story that there is this traitor of Shaolin, okay? A traitor of Shaolin. So it says snake crane can subdue that traitor of Shaolin. Well, this again is an undercover Qing talking about make believe or pretend to be an anti-Qing. In Shaolin Temple, that traitor actually is causing the burning of Shaolin Temple. They are Qing people. The traitor is from Qing. So from the snake crane riding, we know that this practice the same exactly like the Tai Chi riding of saying that Shaolin is external art, Wudang is internal art. The Qing, the guy who invented, created the Xiulim Tao, the 3 sets, they are Qing. They are not anti-Qing like the 1850. But they said this thing can using for fighting or to subdue the traitor. What they are themselves, the traitor to the Chinese people. They are Qing. But they write it down there. So if you make an assumption that, well, this must be from anti-Qing, you drop that. Again, it's like in the beginning, I say that those people working for Qing is actually distorted the entire thing. They do not want you to know what is the proper Chinese Kung Fu from the Ming Dynasty. Okay? So, if you look at this, they'll have a structured body and they'll talk about hand techniques. Well, how the hell are you going to play recycling momentum and kinetic chain when you lock your body this way? Triangle shape, geometry lines and everything. How are you going to have momentum handling, recycling momentum flow, and the kinetic chain? You can. It is a rigid structure stuff. Now, so it's like this. How will this be doing something like that? When the entire body spin, you can. So it is not from Shaolin. Somebody created it. And like in the movie, one hand technique does. All hand techniques. Well, that's why You play that way, you'll not be able to handle your body, your momentum, your recycling momentum, and your kinetic chain. You cannot fight Xi Xiaodong because Xi Xiaodong body have momentum, recycling momentum, and kinetic chain. Just look at Xi Xiaodong. It just slips in whatever you're opening. It responds to you and it slips in right away. And while the Ting Hao is using one technique, two techniques. So the Qing have a tendency that, like the Tai Chi thing, the internal thing, is like when they take over China, they will create their own whatever internal art, try to push away what is the reality. The Wing Chun, the same. That's what I just shared with you. It is a different art, and then even in the writing of Snake Crane, it just say that, oh, this is for fighting the traitor. But come on, you are the traitor, according, if you look into the angle of the positions of the Chinese, you are Qing. You are not anti-Qing. Okay, you are Qing official, and technically you do not have. The entire Snake Crane Wing Chun writing do not have momentum. Momentum is not momentum based. It doesn't have recycling momentum. It doesn't have kinetic chain. So today in the entire world, only in this channel, only in the decoding Wing Chun, restricting Wing Chun, I share this recycling momentum thing. It doesn't mean that I'm the authentic. It is for heaven's sake. We need to be able to tell the truth. I care less you want to be grandmaster, whatever, I'm 70s. Next year's. I might die tonight. Who cares for what title or whatever heck? But man, this is a part of Chinese culture. You don't mess around with it. Okay? Now, and there's a serious stuff in China. So at the late Qing time, Hongga master, the Iron Bridge Tree, the Liang Kun, who create the iron wire fish teaching queen of Hongga, his health was damaged after taking opium, after addicted with opium. So TQ3, and then he tried to he tried to get rid of the opium and so forth, and he's too old. He died. So you see that this grandmaster, you look at the grandmaster who practiced the Hongga teaching queen, iron wire sets. How big is the body? You take opium, you're gone. And meanwhile, in the Wing Chun, you call the people who deal with opium like Yun Kei San, Yu Choi, and Yip Man, who all deep ties to opium, become known as three heroes of Wing Chun. How the hell is this? Who the hell created this? From the perspective of human and medicines, it is really possible to become a martial art hero while smoking opium? You see, the guy who practiced, who created the Grandmaster Hongga, who created the Tixin Queen, the TQ3, his body is damaged after taking opium, and he died. And then you're going to tell me that these three guys who have deeply tied to opium, they are hero. Come on. So over here, I'm not step on anybody. I just say that that's why when I go to Fat San, people don't respect you. What the heck are you talking about? One thing I can also tell you, the training of 1850, the first issue from heart is say that eyes follow the hand, hand follow the heart, hand issue from heart. That is what? That is the Vipassana teaching of the Buddha's teaching. Vipassana. Have you seen anybody who is good at Vipassana taking opium? Will they take opium? They can. Because Vipassana is get into samadhi. You take opium, everything is out. You won't even be able to settle your mind. Not to say your chi and everything. So who are we going to creating? Why are we create all those Wing Chun 3 hero and people look at you, what the heck are you talking about? Physically, you take opium, your body, your nervous system and everything is actually being degraded. In terms of Buddha's teaching, everybody says Shaolin teaching, or Jisim is from Shaolin, Mu is from Shaolin. How the hell it is a training from Shaolin where you cannot train Vipassana? Or Samatha Vipassana, to be more exact. Samatha Vipassana. Hand track your hand, eyes track your hand, hand track your heart, uh, eyes track your hand follow your heart, hand issue from heart. That is Samatha Vipassana training. You take opium, it's gone. You will never be able to develop anything if you take opium. Just ask anybody who doing meditations. They cannot get into that states. So who are we going to kid? You put that out, people say that, are you guys Wing Chun bullshit or what? Now, I don't mean to step on Yin Kei San, Yu Chui, or Yip Man. I just say that, who the hell create that term? Are you guys making too much movie or what? You put that thing out, people is going to look at you and laugh the hell at you. And just tell you don't know shit. Okay? Sorry for my language. It's just very frustrated, moron, no brain, okay? So we know Feng Xiuqing, who claimed as a top fighter, who learned from Lục King, Đại Phá Miền Cam, who claimed that from the Red Book. And yet, sorry to say, official history record hold no real evidence. Like the Hongga, Iron Fist Tree, or the Choi Fat Zhang Yin in the same time, in the same era. You cannot track it in the history. But you know that he's working for what? He's working for serving the Qing Emperor House. So this is again, whoever create this tree set is from the Qing. It doesn't have the momentum base anymore. It doesn't have recycling momentum. It doesn't have the kinetic chain. It smokes opium, meaning it doesn't have samatha and vipassana as a Buddhist art. This is history. Do you think you can use paper to cover to wrap up fire? It's better us Wing Chun pointed out saying that we need to change that. Then other people found out, like Xi Xiaodong found out, say, what the heck are you talking about? So like today, many looking for the holy grail of Wing Chun. I'm the oldest Wing Chun, 1700 Wing Chun, 1800 Wing Chun, the oldest Wing Chun. And just somebody in Europe is saying that, oh, the snake crane Wing Chun is the oldest. Come on, stop the bullshit. It's very simple. Anybody can look at the thing and say this is not momentum based. It doesn't have momentum recycling, handling. It doesn't have kinetic chain handling which support the momentum handling. Thus, it is not the authentic Wing Chun from the Sun Tzu, Qi Ji Guang, Shaolin. It's not. It is creations of the Qing. And now you add Tai Chi in, you add this and add that. Sure, you're going to fight demo with your student in seminar, fine. You meet Xi Xiaodong, how many seconds can you handle? 30 seconds? So that's a lot of things, okay? Okay, so there's a lot of things there. And a lot of details and there. And finally, I say this. True strength does not require lies. Honestly facing history and the truth is true cultural confidence. We need to face whatever it is imperfect or even wrong and can change it, improve it. What is the point to have no idea on what is going on and keeping adding your 5 cents in? And then people will find out, like now I find out the Tai Chi bullshit, the internal art bullshit. So you just compare what they wrote with the real pro Qi Ji Guang, which is 100 years ago. You say, no, there's no Taoist, Zhan Shan Feng. No, there's no this nonsense Qi Jing internal when you have to fight the Japanese warrior who have samurai sword and jujitsu. You don't have those stuff. So now you're caught. For hundreds of years, you're making up stories. You're misleading people. You're selling snake oil. So this is what I like to share with you today on that article. There's so many things inside there, go read it if you like. But I'm so frustrated after I found out that. So the real reason that we do not see this true is because we believe the ancient grandmaster are nice guy, honest guy, good guy. They're speaking the truth. They have kung fu so high, so advanced. And with today's science and physics, and when I try to build the model, like build the model of 747 or model in the Silicon Valley, when I work on the project, I need to build the model before I really can design the chips because I want to know what the heck is going on. Now I see that the ancient grandmaster, a lot of them are not grandmaster but bullshitter, or the undercover who take money from the Qing boss and doing whatever, just try to mess up things. And for Wing Chun, sorry, I don't have respect for Tai Fa Ming Gam and Feng Xiu Cheng because you are not Wing Chun guy. You are the Qing guy who pretend to be one. Your staff do not have recycling momentum. You are not momentum based. You don't have kinetic change. You're going to fight MMA. You're going to fight Xi Xiaodong. Forget about it. Because 460 years ago, General Qi Guang already formulated out the reality of fighting is momentum play or impulse momentum play. Don't tell me all this Jing that Jing. If you cannot quantitatively know what it is and train your army, you don't have the art. So you can go push hand a little bit, get the student to push and so forth. Like the guy in the Ding Hao when he's in the Xi Xiaodong show, he tried to punch the Xi Xiaodong and he said, well, you see Xi Xiaodong get hurt too. Well, that's because Xi Xiaodong stand there to, and Xi Xiaodong hosts that TV, that video. But in the real life, when people going to go everything go for the real fight, you think how cannot last 30 seconds? Because that's momentum based stuff. Can Xi Xiaodong read you? For sure. Can Mike Tyson read you? Sure. It's easy to read momentum based, whether you train that way or not. Look at your body, look at how you your response. Are you continue to respond? So this is what I like to share with you today. I know speaking the truth is have high price. The entire world maybe go against me. But I have no regret because I don't want to see innocent people get hurt because of your bullshit and because of your lies. Okay? Those are not Chinese. Those are Manchurian bullshit. So there's a lot of details in the article. Read it if you like. Sorry for my language. I really get really frustrated. Because it seems that I thought that you are all good guys, grandmaster. Oh, this ancient Chinese grandmaster. This must be good guy. But it turns out that it is not. It is cheater, is liar, is pretender. And people don't even have moral to tell the truth.